This is 5 on your side at 4. Focused on you.
It's the best time of the year.
It's an unofficial holiday in St. Louis, the Cardinals' home opener at Busch Stadium.
It is literally my favorite day of the year. You get the Hall of Famers, you get the new team, there's new hope. You know, I'll wait all year for it.
Thousands of fans braving the cold temperatures for the opening day festivities.
Oh, it's unreal. I mean, look around. It's still an hour and a half before gates open, and people are already out here. It's about 40 degrees out, and you know, the weather could be much worse. People would still be out here. It's a holiday.
And we begin with a live look over a packed Busch Stadium. Right now, our St. Louis Cardinals taking on the Miami Marlins in their first home game of the season. And the Cards are up 1-0 in the third inning. That's the good news. Thanks for being with us. I'm Kay Quinn.
And I'm Brent Solomon. You know, just hours ago, a sea of red on the streets of St. Louis, celebrating the return of baseball. 5 on your side's Holden Kerwicki is live at Ballpark Village for us, where Cardinals fans have flocked to catch their team in action. Holden.
That's exactly right, Brent. You know, coming off a down year and with some questionable weather, I was actually kind of curious what the crowds were going to look like down here today ahead of the game. But as one fan told me, after 6 months of sadness, there was nothing that could keep Cardinal Nation away from baseball heaven. The party really kicked off this morning over at Ballpark Village, where fans started filing in before 10 a.m. for a pregame pep rally. Outside of the stadium, the sounds of summer quickly returned, as you could get peanuts, Cracker Jacks, and take in some live music. I spoke with fans as they made their way into the ballpark, and they told me it doesn't matter if it's your first home opener or your 50th, there's nothing like being at Busch for the first game of the season.
Just being in the stadium, watching all the Red Jackets, that's great to see.
It is literally my favorite day of the year. You get the Hall of Famers, you get the new team, there's new hope. You know, I'll wait all year for it.
It's the best time of the year. You know, we only get so many months of the year where there's no baseball at all. And those are very sad. So we'll come out here, snow, rain, sleet, hail, we'll be here.
And right now we are currently in the third inning, and the Cardinals are leading 1-0. Coming up at 5 o'clock, you're going to want to hear how fans think some new additions to the rotation could make all the difference in 2024. Reporting live at Ballpark Village, Holden Kerwicki, 5 on your side.
All right, Holden, thanks. We'll look forward to that. You know what? When it comes to baseball in April, you never know what you're going to get when it comes to the weather.
That's right. Chief Meteorologist Scott Connell joining us now. Scott, it's a cold day for the home opener, but we're dry, and that's all we can ask for.
That's all you can ask for today. We're not seeing any rain around St. Louis, nor any snow. You know, that can happen and has happened on opening days before in town. Still have the clouds, though, looking across St. Louis, looking back from City Park, which, by the way, Saturday, not only do you have the Cardinals on the field, but you also have City SC taking the pitch. Here's where that rain is this afternoon. It's all well to our east, mostly light, but it's chilly, it's breezy, and from Flora back to Salem, over to Greenville, Vandalia, you're a bit on the damp side. Around the metro area, more clouds than anything else, and we're actually starting to see a few breaks in those clouds across the region. We're still around 50 degrees, still have the gusty breeze in the 50s to our west where the sun's been out. You can see some breaks in the clouds down towards Cuba, a couple of hints at some blue in Weldon Spring, a little brighter down towards Hillsboro. But you know what? As we go into tonight, skies will be clearing, winds will be diminishing, and that means it's going to be colder tomorrow morning. And for those of us west of St. Louis, and especially west of the Mississippi River, in the normally colder spots, temperatures will drop back into that 29 to 30, 32 degree range. That does include Bowling Green all the way down to Rolla, to Potosi, Steelville, and up towards Washington, Missouri. So potentials there for a freeze tonight, and that freeze warning in effect to the west. If you have daffodils, tulips, those kinds of flowers blooming, they can withstand this without a problem. We will have an early Saturday frost, perhaps, and then a warming trend. More on that in a few minutes, Kay.
All right, we'll see you then. Thank you, Scott. With the return of the Cardinals, downtown businesses are hoping for a major boost. The home opener is often their busiest day, and they've spent months preparing. And it's not just the Cardinals that have a big impact on downtown bars and restaurants. City SC and the Battlehawks have also brought an uptick in business.
Any downtown home games is great for us, great for the businesses down here. Just like opening day, you know, MLS is huge in St. Louis right now, And if you can't get into the game, there's bars around there, but you can always drift down this way and you can watch the game on one of our 90 TVs. Same with football.
The Cardinals expect 3 million people to attend games at Busch Stadium this season. That means the team will generate just over $300 million for the St. Louis region.
And with all of the large crowds gathering in one place, safety is top of mind. During Cardinals games, St. Louis police will have extra officers on hand. They will patrol outside of Busch and downtown. It's going to be a busy weekend downtown with home games for the Cardinals, City SC, and the Battle Hawks. There's even a concert at Chaffetz. Police tell us they're prepared for the large crowds.
We have pretty much as a standard now a weekend detail that focuses on downtown, and we shift resources as needed given the events that are going on. So we've been well aware for a few weeks now of the events that are happening on Saturday. We'll have plenty of officers down here to address, like I said, traffic concerns and the extra people trying to make sure that we make everyone safe and have a good time.
And if you plan to attend any downtown sporting events this year, police are asking you to leave your valuables and weapons at home.
For everything you need to know about the Cardinals, text the word CARDS to 314-425-5355. We'll send you a link.
Well, more than a dozen students in the Metro East had to go to the hospital today because of a gas leak.
It happened at St. Clair Catholic School in O'Fallon, Illinois. The school includes grades kindergarten through 8. 5 on Your Side's Diamond Palmer has been live at the school all day long. She is there with new details about the cause of the leak. Diamond?
Well, Kay and Brent, fire officials and Ameren officials are giving different reasons as to what caused this gas leak. O'Fallon fire officials say it was failed piping in the kitchen that let out natural gas, while Ameren officials say it was the school's rooftop furnace that started emitting carbon monoxide. Now, this all happening this morning while students were attending Mass. O'Fallon Fire Department says they responded just before 9 this morning, and when they got to the school, they found a 13-year-old boy had passed out in the gym. They detected high levels of natural gas coming from a leak inside the kitchen, which is close to the gym. A total of 25 students were evaluated. 17 went to the hospital experiencing mild symptoms, and 1 teacher was evaluated on scene. O'Fallon's fire chief says the leak wasn't detected on carbon monoxide detectors, instead natural gas detectors. But this afternoon, Ameren said they determined the school's rooftop furnace was emitting carbon monoxide into the school. Parents say the school called them immediately, wanting them to pick up their children.
I had never received a call like that, so I freaked out, of course, like, oh my gosh, what's going on?
Mild symptoms, lightheadedness, upset stomachs, nausea, lethargic, stuff like that. Probably all of those students will be released home. I don't see any of them having any real long-term problems.
Large fans were used to help ventilate the school, and school administrators returned to school today, but students did not. Students will return tomorrow. Reporting live here in O'Fallon, Diamond Palmer, 5 on Your Side.
Thank you, Diamond. St. Louis School District expands its free lunch program, where students can now get 2 meals a day for free.
A big donation for Backstoppers, the local concert, bringing in $90,000 for families of fallen first responders.
President Biden tells Israel's president future U.S. support for the war depends on protecting civilians. What else we know about that phone call? The first between the 2 leaders since 7 aid workers were killed.